The Boston Bruins win 6-3 on the road over the New York Islanders. Zacha and Marchand had multiple goal nights, and Morgan Geekie scored. It was a wild one in Long Island, but the Bruins come out on top with the win. So buckle up, Bruins fans. I'm here to give you the latest info on your beloved Boston Bruins. If you've been liking my Bruins content, please leave me a like and subscribe. If you've already done so, thank you, and let's get into it. Korpisalo gets the start, which was a given since Swayman started last night, but as I mentioned before, I thought he deserved the start the other night and was surprised when Zacha went to Swayman. Johnson got himself back into the lineup, and Marchand's line was the first line going into the game. Before the game, Zacha mentioned he was happy with the performance the night before, and he felt the goals will come.
Any lineup changes tonight, Coach?
Yes, Corby will be in that tonight, and Johnson will be in for McLaughlin tonight.
When you have a stretch like this, which 3 games in 4 days, what's the thing you kind of get, mentioned to your players to?
Well, the message is we have to keep our energy level up here tonight. It's a stretch of 4 and I don't know what it is, 4 and 7, 3 and 4. So we need to find a way to make sure that we're still playing with pace and we keep our energy level up. And how we do that for our staff is making sure that we manage our shifts well. We don't want to get caught overextending. Put yourself in trouble in the defensive zone. Second period is going to be, I think, a real important period for us tonight, making sure that we're not getting caught in those long changes. So for me, it's playing north, moving the puck, playing a good, simple, direct hockey game here. And if we can do that, I think that'll help our energy level.
You mentioned last night that you were pleased with the defensive effort, but when you're not generating enough offensive chances, what do you tell the guys to kind of prevent them from getting frustrated with?
Well, after we watched the game, I thought that we did generate enough chances. We had some quality looks in the slot. So the message is continue to play the same way. We're getting more opportunities probably now than we were in the past. And it's because we're playing good defensive hockey. And I think the guys understand that and they realize that. And we keep getting slot chances like that, looks like that. We have enough guys in there that can score, and they will.
What's the tough part playing against this Islanders team? They're struggling as well to score. Just the tough part of facing them.
Well, every team presents challenges. I think that they seem to be a higher offensive team this year, even though they're not scoring probably as much as they like. Certainly watching them, it looks like their offensive game is a little bit more different than it has been in the past. So for us, we have to continue to check well. That's got to be our mindset here tonight, and then hopefully take advantage of some of their offensive players tilting the other way.
And the Islanders are just a team you played for in your career. Do you have any memories of when you were playing for them, just even though it's not the same building or anything like that?
Well, yeah, I have memories of every team that you play for, and I didn't have a long stint here. I think it was just about a year and a half, but I do remember training camp. We weren't able to participate in our rink. We had training camp, and we held it at Lake Placid that year. We were stuck in a hotel for 1 month.
I truly like what I've seen from the team under Zacha, and the focus back on defense side of the puck will help them keep pucks out of their own net and go back to Bruins hockey, waiting for their chances and scoring from the other team's mistakes. The defensive style is going to make the Bruins a hard out again, and it's nice to see. If the Bruins can hold their head above water for the next couple games, I would think they make the playoffs. American Thanksgiving is a good judge for that. The Bruins come out of the gate flying, and 57 seconds into the period, Lindholm wins the draw to Marchand, who rips one past Sorokin, and it's 1-0 Boston. You could see that Marchand really needed that one. Getting on the board that quickly on the road on a back-to-back can lift a hockey club. Marchand actually wastes no time, as only 6 minutes later, the Bruins come back at the ice. A juicy rebound pops out, and Marchand gets it on his stick, and he roofs it over Sorokin, and it's 2-0 Boston early in the first period. Patrick Waugh didn't like what he saw, and he calls a timeout to settle down the Islanders. I hate to say it, but it works. And the Bruins start playing a little sloppy and let the Islanders back in the game. Islanders come up the ice, put a weak shot on net from a broken play, and it's 2-1 Boston. I'm a big fan of Korpisalo, but he's going to want this one back, as he was a little leaky on this one. By the end of the period, the Bruins are out shooting the Islanders 9-8, but the Islanders are out hitting them 16-12. Bruins had 8 giveaways in the first period, and they need to tighten up and push into the second period to extend the lead. I don't know if I can sugarcoat it though, but the second period, the Bruins played a very loose, and the Islanders took advantage of it. We did get to see a shift of Marchand, Lindholm, and Pastrnak, and they had a couple nice chances. 8:52 into the second period, Brock Nelson capitalizes on a gaff from Mason Lowry at the blue line and walks in and puts a shot past Korpisalo, which he wasn't able to square up on, but I will give it to him since, Lowry kind of made it hard for him to get ready for this one because he wasn't expecting Lowry to cough it up like that. 3 minutes later, Morgan Geekie, of all people, rips a beauty shot past Sorokin, and it's 3-2 Bruins. Unfortunately for the Bruins fans, Brock Nelson, with less than a minute left in the second, shoots one short side on Korpisalo, and it's a tie game. Korpisalo, up until this point, is having issues cutting down angles tonight, and he doesn't look like himself. The third period, though, we see a totally different goalie in Joonas Korpisalo, as he looks like the goalie we've seen all year. He makes a couple of nice saves early on, and he's tracking the puck a lot better, and he gives the Bruins life in the third period, when the ice was kind of tilting in the Islanders' favor. 10 minutes and 48 seconds into the third period, Pavel Zacha gets his much-needed fourth goal of the year by going to the net and getting his stick on the puck, and we have a 4-3 hockey game. Not to be outdone, only a couple minutes later, a nice pass from Pastrnak and a move in tight, and Zacha has his second goal of the game and his fifth of the year. Up until this point, not a single penalty has been called, and of course, the Bruins get the first one of the game, and of course, it's Nikita Zadorov. To be honest, it was a weak call, but a call nonetheless. Korpisalo keeps his team in there, and with the goalie pulled, Zadorov exits the box and gets his first as a Bruin on an empty net. Final score is 6-3, and the Bruins score goals in the third period, which has been a challenge for them this year. A nice effort on a back-to-back against a team that they might be fighting for a wild card spot this year. They had a sloppy second period, but tightened up in the third and put pucks on net, and good things happen. Korpisalo had a shaky start, but settled in and truly kept them in the game during the third period and was rewarded with a win. At the end of the game, though, it was the Islanders who outshot the Bruins 24-21 and outhit them 36-33. Pastrnak had 3 assists and played a pretty good game. Zacha had 2 goals, Marchand had 2 goals, Elias Lindholm had 3 assists. The Bruins improved to 11-10-3 and are now third in the Atlantic. A win is a win, so I'm going to take this one.
I thought actually last night we played a tighter game defensively. We didn't give up as much as we did tonight, but you're going to have these games, especially like I said, when you're in a back-to-back situation, and you got two teams that are desperate for points, and so it certainly wasn't our cleanest game, but that's hockey. Sometimes you find ways to win when you're not at your best, and that's a good sign for our group.
And the resilience from losing a 2-0 lead and a 3-1 lead, a 3-2 lead, what does it say about your team to come back in the third?
Well, it shows good character, right? I think that it could have been like, we're not holding on to the lead and get discouraged, but we didn't do that. We just kept. But the message is just keep playing. This is a game of hockey. Things happen quickly out there, and just keep playing, stay focused on the next shift, don't look behind, and I thought our guys did a pretty good job of that.
And I know Brad set the tone earlier with the 2 goals, but I wanted to ask you about the winning goal where he's not going to get an assist on it, but he went in and made the play, won the battle in the back, and got it to peak.
Right, he just showed determination on the forecheck there. He won a puck below the goal line. We had good support from David right after. And this is something we've been talking about, being shot ready at the blue line. We get it low to high. We get bodies on the inside and we get a goal. It's sometimes it's not pretty, but it surely is effective.
Can you talk about the team scoring today? It seems like a lot of people are on the score sheet tonight.
Well, it's good for the confidence of the group. I think it helps everybody when you're chipping in. You feel a little bit better about yourself. But more importantly, being able to chip in and help the team collectively as a group, that's the most important thing.
That's a wrap on today's video. To stay up to date on all the news surrounding the Boston Bruins, please subscribe and drop me a like. If news breaks surrounding the Boston Bruins, be sure to check out the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, thank you, and I'll see you next time.